Welcome to I Change the Narrative, a podcast centered around Black men inspiring, supporting, and empowering Black men and Black boys. This episode of I Change the Narrative is sponsored by So Organic, So Suave, also known as Sauce. Sauce is a luxury hair care and skincare refuge for those with thick hair and melanin rich skin, from healthy beard growth to top of head hair styling to an illuminating skincare regimen. Sauce Essentials with naturally enhance your outer appearance to strengthen your inner confidence. Sauce invites you to accept the authenticity and real self care and embrace your best. You can find Sauce's award winning grooming essentials online at sossd.co. Again, that's sossd.co. You can also follow Sauce on Instagram and for the latest in product news and updates at sossd.co. Elevate your grooming with Sauce today. Today's topic, we're talking about CMOS. Yes, CMOS. Before we start the conversation, I want to ask our guests to tell us about yourself, where you're from, and the work that you're involved in that lends itself to the topic or the lived experience. Clinton.
Yes. Thanks for having me. My name is Clinton, and my company is called the CMOS Guy. And we started this business about 2 years ago, and it was just to educate our community about CMOS and what CMOS can do for you in this beautiful superfood. And just being a man, men's health is really important to me. So that's definitely something that motivated me to continue to stay along this path and just doing something natural for my body so I can basically motivate my community where I came from to be the best version of themselves as we continue to grow.
Absolutely. Thank you. Self care has been one of the biggest resolutions since the pandemic. And since that time, people have found creative ways to prioritize their health. While Black men are taking to self care methods such as solo travel, massage cupping, sauna therapy, warm water therapy, others are practicing self care by adding new routines that will help them become healthy in the long run. One of the latest pandemic trends that I've noticed, and which is still trending, is Irish sea moss. It's used as a traditional alternative medicine for centuries, especially in the Caribbean, as it is perceived as part of a Black culinary and cultural heritage. So let's get started with the conversation. For those that don't know, Clinton, what is CMOS?
Yes. So CMOS is a superfood. CMOS is a nutrient dense algae that contains 90% of the minerals and vitamins that our bodies use for proper function. We source our CMOS from St. Lucia, and with CMOS you can use it to create a gel, and with this gel you can add it to your smoothies, you can use it as a face mask, you can add it to your tea. And the beauty about it is it doesn't have a taste. So whatever you add it to, it doesn't take away from that original taste, but you get the added benefits with the minerals and the vitamins. And it's so versatile. Like I said, you can do so much with it, and it's completely natural. There's no additives, no preservatives to it, so it's completely natural. And we offer CMOS in its dried form. This is the dried CMOS right here. This is how it looks exactly when it comes from the ocean. We also sell a super CMOS soap, which is nourishing for the body.
Mhm.
And that's CMOS in a nutshell. It's a natural remedy, a superfood, God's gift to earth. That's how I will describe CMOS.
I love that, God's gift to earth. Why do you suppose, and we didn't, I'm just going to ask this. Why do you suppose that this is not promoted in the health field, such as our primary care doctors or our nutritionists?
I would say it's something that was just used in the Caribbean for so much centuries. Um, possibly they weren't exposed to it in North America. They weren't aware of it. And that's why we started our business, because during the pandemic, we couldn't get access to this product. And I was just asking myself, like, why can't we have this up here? Where can we get access to it? And I think it just wasn't exposed to North America. And I believe that's why. So now we're taking on this mission to bring it into our community and educate them about it while making it affordable, because this product has done so much for our community, so much for my family growing up. And it being a natural remedy, it works well with the body. So I would say it's just something that I wasn't exposed to this culture. And we're going to take it on ourselves to make sure that, people in this community knows about it and the added benefits and what we can do and what it can do for your body.
What do you think is so special about this product? You've talked about a few so far, but what's so special about this? I know because I use it myself, but can you tell us?
A couple of the things that's so special about it is it's completely natural. And like I said, our body works well when you put natural things in it. So that's definitely one of the things. It's from the ocean. There's no human invention. It's harvested in the ocean. It's completely natural. And you can use it in so much ways. Like I said, if you're someone that, you want to add it to your face mask regime, you can use it as a face mask. You can use it topically on your skin. And if it's something that you want to consume, you can consume it as well. And then it doesn't take away from what you're adding it to. So it's just so versatile. You can do so much with it. As you can see, we used it to make a CMOS soap. And there's just so much ways you can use it. That's what makes this superfood so special. It's just so versatile.
You and I know that all CMOS is not created equal. How can the common person identify it? What should we look for when we're purchasing it? What should it include? Because I know some of them come with bladder rack, I think.
Bladder rack, yeah.
And it's wild crafted. So talk to us about all these things. Even as far as what should we look for? Should we be purchasing this in stores for some that do not have access? I know we need to purchase them from the CMOS guy, you all. However, for those that may be, listening, do not have access, for whatever reason, talk about that.
I would say the first thing you got to do is you just got to do research. And we live in an amazing generation where we have access to so much tools to do research. YouTube, Google, Instagram, TikTok. You can read books, do tons of research, because CMOS, it grows everywhere. So definitely do your research. When you look at companies, look at their reviews, look at what customers are saying about the product. If a company puts their face behind their brand and they have their numbers there, call them and ask them questions about the product. It is a natural product, so it's not going to look the same sometimes. But if you do research, you're going to understand this. If you call the owners behind the companies, they'll be able to educate you about the product. So definitely just do research.
Absolutely. The best ways to consume CMOS and the best forms. Talk about those. The best way to consume it.
So I would say the best form personally to consume CMOS is as the gel. And I was talking about with the gel, it's just so versatile. When you get the gel, you can add it to your face mask regimes. Personally, what I do is I'll add a tablespoon of CMOS with probably some turmeric and apply it to my face and my beard. Another thing you can do is, you can add a different fruit to it. If you want a fruit smoothie today, if you want tea tomorrow, you can add it to your tea. So I would say the best way to consume CMOS is as the gel, because it's just so versatile that way. You can do it so much different ways, because you don't want to do the same thing every day, 5 days a week. You want to mix it up, and it's such a versatile algae. You want to take advantage of that.
Okay. How about the capsules? Would you suggest that?
I personally haven't tried the capsules yet. The thing with the capsules is you just don't know where the algae is broken down from. You don't know how it is in its natural form before it goes into that step of being a capsule. So personally, I haven't used the capsule yet. So right now, I would recommend the gel and the CMOS in its natural form.
Okay. Thank you for that. The best times to consume CMOS, if any.
For me, CMOS gives me tons of energy. So the best times for me to consume CMOS is early in the morning. The first thing when I wake up, I try and get my CMOS in me because it just gives me tons of energy. And doing it at night when I'm trying to go to bed, it won't work for me. It's going to keep me up all night. So personally, it would be early in the morning or early in the day just to maximize and have it really do what it needs to do while you're able to get through your day-to-day life.
Right. Okay. And what are your thoughts on CMOSpreneurs adding flavors to CMOS? Is there anything wrong with that? Does it become unnatural when you have your strawberries and your peaches, those type of flavors to the gel?
I love the fact that people are being creative and they're doing a lot of different things to CMOS. But me personally and us as a company, we want to keep it in its natural form because we
Yeah.
feel like you get more versatility that way and
Uh-huh.
you get the consumer to really adjust it to what they like best. So when you give them the CMOS in its natural form, like I said earlier, they can add the fruits to it. Because if you add the fruits to it earlier, it could um, minimize the shelf life essentially because it has an added product to it, right, with the fruits and everything like that. So personally, what we like to do is keep the CMOS as natural as possible, but hint to the consumer that you can use this gel to make to add fruits to it today and add bananas to it the next day, or make a CMOS gummies if you want to. So I love to keep it in its natural form, and that's normally what I recommend. But people that definitely want to get creative and add flavors to the gel, it's a personal preference, and I'm not against it. But just keep in mind that when you do get it that way, you're kind of limited with the options on what you can do with the gel once you get it.
I like what you said that when you purchase it with the flavors, it kind of takes away from the shelf life. I have found that to be true for myself when I purchased that. So that's something that I now have to add to that when I'm purchasing CMOS gel. Awesome. So what about um, talk to uh, talk to us about the healing properties and other benefits. You said you had so much energy. What about using it? What have others said as far as their skin, as far as their diabetes and things of that nature?
Well, definitely, us as a company, the unique thing behind us as a company is that we're an e-commerce based company, but we have our number on Google. So a lot of customers, they come back to us. I was speaking to a customer the other day, and she said she had lupus, and she started taking CMOS, and it just worked wonders for her, and it really changed her body. It got rid of the lupus that she had. So it's just a lot of different positive reviews from customers on what CMOS has really done for them as a whole. And what I would say for me personally, and from using it, my immune system has been amazing, especially during these times that we have going on with COVID and just so much uncertainty. It's been amazing for my immune system, and like I said earlier, for my energy level, just to get through the day. CMOS has really helped me with that, and it's something that really attacks weak areas in your body. So for different people, it's going to give them different results because it's a superfood, and that's what it does. It just goes in there and really helps heal your body and kick things out that shouldn't be there and make it work in a more functional, natural way like it should be working.
Absolutely. I know a lot of people had taken to CMOS during this pandemic because of, it helps to fight off colds,
Yes.
really. So I do recall that. And I'm glad I learned about it. It's a shame that it's taken me so long to learn about it. I didn't learn about it until the pandemic, actually.
And
So.
And that's kind of when we got started too, because I used to have family coming up here regularly, and they would be able to bring the CMOS for me. And when I originally learned about CMOS in the Caribbean, what my parents used to do is they used to boil it and make this drink called Irish moss. But when we did our additional research, once you boil the CMOS, it loses a lot of the vitamins with the heat. So once I was able to educate myself with this product that we were using for centuries, I'm like, we have to switch the way we consume it. And from then we stopped boiling it. And what we did is we soaked it and we blended it so it can keep all those properties, the vitamins and the minerals. And like I said, just continuing to educate yourself, and just being in this generation where you have access to just so much tools to learn more and read books and certain things like that. It really changed the way I viewed CMOS, and it really made me use it in different ways. I use it as a face mask weekly just to keep my skin intact. Like I said, I use the CMOS soap every time I shower. I just can't go back to the other soaps that, it strips a lot of these things away from your body. This CMOS soap is a natural moisturizer. So it's really hard to go back when you're using something so natural and you see what it's doing. Like my friends, my family, they're like, your skin, you can see what it's done for your skin. You can see what it's done for your health, and just getting your day-to-day vitamins and minerals in.
Right. Who got you started in CMOS?
Honestly, it was just something that was growing up in the Caribbean. It was natural. It was just, we're gonna make this Irish moss drink. And like I said, as I got older and I just started looking into research, or just like, you can use it for healing properties. But the CMOS was always there. If you go to the Caribbean, they're making CMOS drinks all the time. And when we were growing up, it was just something as a libido boost. It was something to use, when you want to have kids. And then, just doing additional research, we're like, what other benefits does this superfood have? And then we noticed that it can do so much, but you just have to treat it properly and do it the right way. And it goes back to just soaking it and keeping it away from the heat, so you can really feel the benefits of the CMOS.
Right. Ever since I've been taking it, I've put some other people on to CMOS gel.
Yes.
And especially some people at work, and their reaction to it was, they had issues, with their, in the intestines, and it makes them go to the bathroom. So, they celebrate CMOS
Yes,
because
yes.
of that, having those digestive issues. So that's a plus as well. Have you done any research on how this helps women, as far as our the system, the female, the systems, how our organs work, and is it good for administration and things of that nature? Have you done any research regarding that?
From the research that I've done, for women, like you said, menstruation, your periods and stuff like that, it really helps things be a bit more calm. It really helps make things less aggressive, like it would normally be, like it normally is. I've done a little bit of research. I haven't done extensive research on it, but it's definitely said it really helps, because it's natural, and it really helps your body, balance things out, so it's not as aggressive as certain things will be.
I like that you said it balances everything out. And I noticed the balance came up here.
Yes.
Well, it was totally like, it was just on a different level,
Yes.
Of my thinking. It's just my brain became less foggy. I would
Yes.
say.
Yes.
So get your CMOS. For those of you that are listening, get your CMOS. Clinton, tell our listeners how they can purchase from you, how they can connect with you, please.
Yes, for sure. So we're our website is mossupyourlife.ca. I repeat, mossupyourlife.ca. You can also Google us at the CMOS guy, and we'll pop up there. If you have any questions, our number is on Google as well. Me or my business partner would love to get on a call and educate you guys about CMOS. And like I was saying before, before you purchase. It's always good to call the people behind it. So we make sure we put our face behind our brand because we stand behind CMOS because it's just done so much for us. You can find us on Instagram at the CMOS guy. And if you're located in Canada, we do shipping for both our dried CMOS, which comes with directions on how to make the gel. It's a 3-step process. You clean it, you soak it, and you just blend it with water. And if you live outside of Canada, you only have access to the dried CMOS. Unfortunately, at this time, we're not able to ship the gel outside of Canada. But like I said, the directions are pretty straightforward. And if you live within Toronto and within the Ontario area, we do local delivery for anybody that lives in that area. And yeah, we're on Instagram, like I said. We're an e-commerce based business, so we ship anywhere in North America with our dried product, and that's how you can find us. And if you want to have a conversation, just give us a call. We'd love to talk and educate you about CMOS because that's our mission. Our mission is to educate the community about the superfood, about natural remedies. Because like you were saying, it's just it's during these times with COVID and mental health and stuff like that. You have to make sure you're putting the right things in your body so you're able to perform on a day-to-day basis, so you're able to function at work, so you're able to perform in the gym. You need to be putting the right stuff in your body, and CMOS is one of the best things to get to do to keep your mental health intact and to make sure you're able to perform and be the best version of yourself.
Yeah, I agree with you. And also, I think that for those um, older, seasoned individuals, I think that CMOS helps with inflammation and arthritis. I was reading a lot of the reviews, and a lot of people said that they can do different things that they've never been able to do before as far as when they reach the stage of arthritis. So I felt like that was good to know for our community, for someone to pass that on, that information. Now, what about children? Can children consume this?
We always say we're not doctors, so we always say talk to your physician. But from our experience, from our culture, it's
Mhm.
been given to kids, it's been given to pregnant women. But we always say talk to your physician first and get that expert opinion first before you make that decision. But it's totally natural. Like I said, there's no additives, no preservatives to it, so it's something within our community we've always given to children.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Clinton. This is our time. I know it was short, but this was perfect. Um, Before we go, can you tell our listeners once again how they can connect with you?
Yes, for sure. Like I said, the best way to connect with us is on our website, which is mossupyourlife.ca, or on Instagram if you're on Instagram, the CMOS guy. So those are the best ways to connect with us. Once you get onto our platform, you'll get access to our phone numbers if you want to talk and learn more about our product, where it's sourced from, what our process is. So just give us a call, check out our website. We have so much information there about CMOS, the benefits of CMOS, and just the different varieties of CMOS. Because there's the gold CMOS, which is the most common one. There's the purple CMOS, and there's also green CMOS. So just give us a call or check out our website, and we will love to educate you about the product and what it can do for you.
Wow, that's good information to know. Thank you for that. I thank you that they can call you to talk to you about your products. That is that's good. So thank you again, Clinton, for allowing me to showcase and highlight you and what you're doing, for being a part of changing the narrative, and lastly, for keeping your commitment by being a part of the show. That means a lot to us. If you've enjoyed the show, please let us know. We would love to shout you out and post your comments. If you or someone you know is changing the narrative, please contact us at iChangeTheNarrative@gmail.com. We would love to share your story. For I Change the Narrative merchandise, visit iChangeTheNarrative.org. Thank you to our sponsors, So Organic, So Suave. You can follow Sauce on Instagram. And for the latest in product news and updates, visit sossd.co. Oh, meet us here next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll have more great show, more great conversation. Thank you all for listening.